Well, it started with a really simple connection with a local school. The idea was we take someone really raw, just from a school environment, and teach them things that would be useful in a working life, for example, good communication, team working skills, and also we expose them to working around adults that are they're working as a career for a salary, which is a completely different prospect to being in an education environment. It teaches them different boundaries and different rules. And we've got an absolutely shining example who's gone through and extended that into a summer position with us, where we're actually funding that now with a wage. So it's really refreshing to see. I mean, we've got a really great lad there that's been a shining example for us.
It's quite an enjoyable experience, to be honest. It's good to have the youth today coming in and learning a trade that's going to help them in later life. I think it's a great idea that the school are now letting kids out basically to learn a trade, rather than keeping them stuck behind the desk where they get bored too easily.
I would say in the first instance very rewarding, to see what was classed as a pupil in difficulty or a failing pupil, and then to bring him through and see him as an employee and really being an integral part of the company has been a very rewarding and fruitful experience. So I think rewarding is the main word that I'd use.
Obviously we're looking at helping out the youngsters in the area. We like to give them an insight into what we actually do at Build Base, the variation of jobs that are available, and obviously it just gives the youngsters in the area an insight, what jobs are out there basically.
We've benefited really clearly. I mean, we've taken this guy from this school environment and developed him into a competent, capable, sort of unique sales character now in our store, who's still in education, very young, very raw, but he's now working with a team of people in an experienced, sort of controlled manner, serving customers on a day-to-day basis, and he's using those life skills now, hopefully, back at school. So we've benefited by getting an absolute dynamite guy in here who can sell bikes to our customers really competently and professionally, and hopefully he'll benefit through taking those life skills back into a school environment.
Not only do the students come in, and have a look round and see what jobs are available in our environment, but they do actually contribute to the daily, the daily goings on at the branch. So they do help out. So it's good for us as well.
Well, often we get students that are lacking in self-esteem, really quiet, shy, reserved candidates, because it's the first time they've been in an adult environment. Once they've been exposed to this for a couple of weeks, months, however long that extended period may be, you tend to find they come out of the shell, their confidence skyrockets, they become more approachable, their communication skills, especially around people that are older, definitely improve, and that is a massive skill to take forward in a working life. But absolutely, communication, confidence, just generally that willingness to talk to people, it's fantastic. Subtle things like eye contact with another person is really key, and it's something we've seen, especially with our candidate, develop massively over recent months.
The key word here is integrity. So the pupil has to have integrity, and that's demonstrated almost in the first day. So we know relatively quickly whether we've got a pupil who's interested and wants to engage in the process. And once we see that, then we'll give them everything we can to take them forward.
It's critical that they have the right attitude and a will to work hard. They have to be able to get here on time. They have to appreciate that this is no longer an environment where they have to be here. This is something where it's completely dependent upon their self-motivation and their willingness to actually help, especially in retail, help the consumer, help the customer in front of you to find the right product. Absolutely. I mean, work experience was around back then, but it was never something that would be followed up actively. It was never something that usually had an end result. I think if you've got employers that are really eager to do that for those candidates, I think it could be really refreshing. It'll give them something to aim for and strive for. But absolutely, I think it's a great thing that you've got going on now.